All right, and welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip. Today, guys, we got to talk about some facts here. Altcoins versus Bitcoin. Can there be a big Bitcoin crash? It's possible. It's possible, and I put out a poll for you guys today to ask, do you have cash on the sidelines? Now, let me be very clear, folks. I'm not saying we're going to crash. It's not what I'm saying at all. But we're going to talk about if we did, how could it manifest, and what would come next, you know. Everybody thinks they're so smart when it comes to crypto. Everybody thinks they're their own genius, right? And, you know, you try to predict the future. Well, the truth is, 99.9% of us can't predict the future. We can understand the cycles here in crypto, right? There's bull cycles, there's bear cycles. Well, we're in a bull cycle, and a lot of people understand that around the Bitcoin halving, we typically see some kind of sell-off. We do. Some kind of sell-off. Now, the argument is have we seen that sell-off, or is there more downside ahead? We're going to explore that a little bit together in this video and talk about the possibilities, what my moves are going to be, what we might want to be ready for. But go ahead and put out your vote. Do you have cash on the sidelines? And, talk with me in the chat. Why did you do it? What are your thoughts? We'll do a Q&A at the end of the stream, but here's how we're going to do this thing, guys. We're going to go through some market updates, talk about some of the breaking news in the space, and I do have some breaking news for you guys today with some of the ETFs. Also talking a little bit more about this Uniswap deal. I'll give you my thoughts on what's going on, the fact that Uniswap is being attacked by the SEC. Uniswap's down big today. What does this all mean, guys? There's a lot going on always in crypto. That's why we started a channel roughly 2 years ago, done 3,200 videos for you. Got money on my mind. 3,200 videos for you guys over the last 2 years. And we're going to keep going because we believe there is still a parabolic bull market ahead. There's certainly been some fantastic gains for many people in many ecosystems. Solana has been an absolute star. I think there's going to be some other competitors in this space that are going to be just as successful, maybe more successful, but there will be so many winners, guys. How do we best prepare ourselves for that? Well, none of this is financial advice, but let's talk a little bit about it. I got Waldo in the chat. I was DMing Waldo last night on Twitter. We were talking about runes, and I'll give you guys an update. I bought some runes yesterday. Yes, some ordinals, pre-runes, actually. Why? I'll talk about it, what the implications are of some of these, and again, I'm not telling you to buy any of these things. Any project that I talk about, guys, I'm not telling you to buy them. You got to make your own choices here. And if you do buy them, well, guys, you take profit on the way up. You DCA in, there's bull cycles, there's bear cycles. You go in the bull, you go in the bear market, and you exit out throughout the bull market. That's how it works, guys. So we're going to continue to talk about these strategies. If you do like the content, smash a like button. Subscribe to this channel for more content. If you want to become a member like Waldo, in the comments down below, you can do so. Down below in the link, you can sign up as a member. You get access to the emojis, custom emojis in our chat during these live streams, and you get access to our private Discord. And we can do a one-on-one. I was just DMing Waldo last night. He's one of our members. We're communicating. We're talking just on the side, me and him, because I want to get to know my members and share some love and share some wisdom. I don't know it all. I was taking advice from Waldo yesterday because He's just as much part of this community as me, just as you guys. Whether you're new, you're extremely experienced, in between, you're in the right place, guys. We try to keep an open mind here, continue to do the research, digging into the next narrative. Is it a valid one? Is it not a valid one? Well, we're going to explore this, talk a little bit about runes. I've been learning a little bit more. Still got some more learning to do, but we'll explore it a little bit. So let's get in. 30 viewers, and we got 4 likes. Wow, wow, come on, guys. You got to get those likes up. If you want to support the channel, a simple like button is one of the #1 ways you can do it. Welcome. WCBJJ77 says, Caw. Okay, we still got the Caw community. I know we had a little dip today. We'll talk about that as well. Let's get into it, guys. Welcome back, everybody. I went on my first run in a while. I lost, so I was up to 210 pounds. I'm 6 foot tall. I was up to 210 pounds, and I lost about 15 pounds. Got down to like 195, 194 before my recent trips that maybe you guys saw, and I kind of fell off the horse, guys. But I'm back on. I did a nice 4-miler today. Nothing crazy. Average 10 minutes. Just a little simple, nice, easy stride. Trying to stay on. We got to keep working. We got to keep working on ourselves, our mindset, our positivity, because there's a lot of toxic things going on in crypto. There's battles amongst meme coin communities that I don't like to be seeing. So we got to work on ourselves, work on helping others, and work on spreading positivity and try to make money along the way. So I'm trying to get back on my fitness train, guys. Share some of that positivity with you guys. That's what we're going to continue to do. Some people like to FUD other projects. I don't like to FUD projects. I like to either talk about them or not talk about them. And I like to support ecosystems, right? I see a lot of people battling within the Stacks ecosystems. Which coin is better, whether it's a legitimate project or a meme coin or anything else. People say, oh, this is better because of this is better because of that. Well, maybe, but don't FUD another project, right? Same thing's going on in Cronos right now. I see some battles going on, and so cool it. You know, there's no need to FUD other people's projects, guys. We don't do that on this channel. I've talked negatively about Terra Luna. I've talked negatively about FTX, and I've talked about Binance and possible issues with the CEO stepping down, but I told you guys I'm still bullish on it. So these are things that, you know, I want to throw out there. I want you guys to keep thinking about, because there's a lot of noise that goes on. Emotions run high when we're talking about our money, your money, our money, anybody's money in this space. And you got to be careful. Like right now, Solana is going to get under attack. Now, I've been talking about Solana. I've been talking about what's been going on in the Solana ecosystem with these transaction failures, and it's legitimate. It's something you do need to consider, but it's not something that you need to go ahead and panic about necessarily, and we'll explore some of that. So welcome back, guys. If you are new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Let's get into it. So Bitcoin currently at $70,000, doing very well. I'm going to refresh this just so I get some fresh prices in case anything's changed. No, a $70,500 Bitcoin. Bitcoin's doing very well. And in just 9 short days, guys, in just 9 short days, we are going to see the Bitcoin halving, the legendary Bitcoin halving that everybody's been anticipating. And the biggest question on everybody's brains right now, and I can see the tension in the room on Twitter, people are panicking right now. Oh, my bag's not doing well. It's because of this. It's because of this. It's because of that. It's this. Look, this is a long game, guys. When I first got into crypto, I knew this was going to be a 10-year plan, guys. I knew it was going to be 5, 10 years. You can take profit in bull cycles, and you can go ahead and buy in the bear cycles, and that's one of the best ways to do it. But we always got to be aware of what's going on and know that the trajectory of crypto is inevitable. It's moving in the right direction. Clearly, this is, for those of you guys that don't know, there's a $2.62 trillion invested in cryptocurrency. $2.26 trillion invested in cryptocurrencies overall. That's every single coin put together, $2.62 trillion. The previous all-time market cap high for crypto, guys, it was $3 trillion, and we're getting close. We are getting close. We have a green week so far, believe it or not. Some altcoins are bleeding right now, I understand, but that's because Bitcoin is where everybody's eyes are right now. We've been talking about this. There is a wedge going on for Bitcoin, and I talked about this in the live stream the other day. It was wild. I think even yesterday, maybe. We were here. I said, I think we bounce and we continue in this trend line, and I think we get our breakout point, whether it's to the upside or downside right here, which is roughly, you know, anywhere from the 14th, 15th, 16th up to the 20th. The Bitcoin halving again is in 9 days, so within the next 9 days, maybe 10 days, I expect a big move, whether that's to the upside, I don't know. If we break up, we're going to 88K possibly. If we break down, we're coming down to 56.5K. So my question again in the chat is, are you bullish? Or not? The question is, do you have cash on the sidelines? Because if we do come down from the recent high that we made at about 74K roughly, That's a 23% crash. I would say that that is crash enough for me. And if you have cash on the sidelines, you could buy that dip. Now, this doesn't necessarily need to happen. How am I getting this? I'm measuring this wedge. Breakout to the downside, about 56K. Breakout to the upside, about 88K. Let me know what you guys think about that. I mean, I don't know which way it's going to play out. I personally think we've already had our sell-off. I think that's what this dip was right here, which was a nice tasty dip, guys. This was a 17% crash. That's pretty darn significant. So, you know, either way, you got to be prepared. I have a big bonus coming, and that's coming in probably about little over 10 days right now. I'm going to be using that as fuel to continue to grow my bags. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to dollar cost average it into this market through this year. Into the fall, I'll be taking profits because I believe max gains are coming somewhere around Q4 or Q1 of 2020, Q4 of 2024 or Q1 of 2025. If we keep going into an extended bull cycle, that'd be fantastic. But this is kind of where my mind is at with this right now. So if you agree, let me know in the comments down below. If you disagree, also let me know in the comments down below. I want your honest feedback on that, guys, because I do appreciate it. I got to do something really quick. I got to fix my screen. So, go ahead and let me know, guys. I got to fix something really quick. But today we're going to talk about, again, the implication of these institutions. You know, it blows my mind that so many people do get so scared of these halving crashes, where at the end of the day, you should be excited. Let's say it does happen. And this is why we talk about cash on the sidelines. Let's say it does happen. You have a 20 to 50% crash dip that you might be able to buy. You could have bought Bitcoin at $74,000. Or if it goes down to 56K, you could buy it at 56K. What do you want to do? Do you want to buy your cryptocurrency at highs or at, you know, higher lows? It's up to you. I like to buy at higher lows personally. I don't like to FOMO into things. Sometimes I do. We're all victim to it sometimes, guys. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. There's wins, there's losses, right? But I always use this analogy, right? So everybody's so scared of a crash around the halving, and I know a lot of us are bullish, but again, people are scared of this halving crash. If it does happen, I like to think of it like this. Do you want to buy a ski coat on the ski hill in Utah where you're going to pay a premium for that ski jacket on spring break on a ski hill in Utah? Or do you want to buy it in the Midwest, which is where I live, in the Midwest, in the middle of a 95-degree day in the dead center of summer where it's on discounted Dick's Sporting Goods, right? Or wherever you want to go buy it. You want to buy the discount, guys. You want to shop the clearance aisle. And so we love dips. I love dips. You should love dips. We should all love dips if you love crypto because it's a great buying opportunity. Okay, I fixed my screen a little bit, so this is pretty darn good. Shout out to Marty. Shout out to, you know what? I appreciate that. Marty says, is the ultimate uniter. I'm trying, man, but, you know, some people just want to kind of stay in their own camps and just toot their own horns and stick with one project. I like to talk about a lot of projects. I'm no maxi on any one thing. I talk a lot about some projects, but I want to support my communities. And whether that's the Stacks ecosystem, the Solana ecosystem, the Cronos ecosystem, or Ethereum or whatever, you know, you just got to be respectful to other creators out there and give things a chance. You know, don't FUD people's bags to pump your own. That's immoral. It's wrong. It's not ethical. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing to do. And unfortunately, it happens in crypto sometimes. Okay, so let's look at what's going on. That's kind of the scoop on Bitcoin. Let's look at some of the big losers on the day. Shy Sox fan is buying from the clearance rack. I love it. That's what I like to see. So you might be shopping if you're buying from the clearance rack today. Let's see what you might be buying. Are you buying Uniswap today? Maybe you're buying some Nervos. I don't know anything about that one. Jupiter's way down. A lot of FUD going on for Solana and Jupiter right now. 75% of the transactions are failing on Solana. Does that mean Solana's dead? No. Solana has died once before. You remember? Here, I'll show you it. This is when Solana was dead. Ready, guys? Here's Solana's... this is when everybody was doing a little funeral for Solana, FUDding Solana. Again, people like to FUD the other chains so they can pump their own chains. I don't like to FUD other chains. I'll FUD Terra Luna because... you know, I think it's terrible. It's terrible. It's a dead project. But I could be wrong. I'll also say that. I could be wrong. And if you're holding Terra Luna, I hope you make boatloads of money. But Solana was dead back in, January of 2023. And to date, it's up 22x. So there you go. Before you go FUD a project calling it dead, think about it, guys, because you never know. And all of a sudden, if you're the guy that was calling it dead down here, and you know who was talking about it dead down here, you get egg on your face, because now here's a 22x. And then all of a sudden, up here, those people that were saying it was dead down here say they're extremely bullish over here. It's not right. It's not right. It's not right. And hey, I could be wrong about Terra Luna, but I really don't think so. You know, do your own research, make your own picks, guys. But anyway, so Solana is dead again. Is it gonna pump? I think so. Solana's not dead, guys. I think if anything, why is Solana having failed transactions right now? The answer is honestly because it's too successful of a chain. There's so much volume going on that bots came in, transactions are wild, such low fees that bots came in and took advantage of it, and it's just causing failed transactions. There's too much congestion. Well, they're working on an upgrade, so that's coming. And so again, you're shopping for discounts. Jupiter's on discount today. Wormhole's on discount today. Core's on discount. Filecoin's on discount today. Filecoin's gonna rip at some point in this bull market, probably. Who knows? Dogecoin's down today. A lot of projects are actually down today. A lot of red. Nothing crazy red. Let's look at what's down on the week, actually, because we're looking for discounts today. Aptos, Maker, which a big DeFi play in Ethereum as well. Clearly, people are scared of this SEC story, but it's no different, guys. The SEC's been coming after Coinbase. The SEC's been coming after XRP. And let's just remember that Base Chain is roaring right now. Let's remember that Coinbase is the 25th most downloaded app in the United States for finance. Let's also remember that they hold an insane amount of Bitcoin, more than you could ever dream of owning. And when Bitcoin goes to the moon, as they say, the stock coin for Coinbase is going to make millionaires, okay? So people want to FUD and get scared of the SEC when they're attacking this, when they're attacking that. I look at those as awesome buying opportunities. How many times has Bitcoin been dead? Too many times to count. And if you bought the dip every time Bitcoin was dead, you might be rich. You might be rich right now. So a lot of discounts today. Maker's down. ICP, I know there's a lot of ICP fans. Another great discounts leading into the Bitcoin halving, guys. Let's see what's moving up today. BitTensor is moving up today. That's very interesting. Neo is back up and moving again. Jasmy coin, shout out to the Jasmy holders. I know there's a lot of people that love Jasmy. VeChain Toncoin is ranked number 9, just continuing to grow. This thing, careful with this, guys. FOMOing into green candles ain't the move, but I don't know. Maybe this is some big nut narrative. I still got to dig into Toncoin. I have just not been doing it, honestly. Oscar Ramos in the chat. Oscar Ramos, you've been looking in Toncoin. I haven't looked at Toncoin yet. But look at this thing. It's at rank number 9. It's unbelievable. I know you got some Jasmy though, brother. So you're making money today. I love to see it. I root on other people's backs. I don't own Jasmy. Again, I could sit here and talk negatively about a coin that I don't own, but why am I going to do that? I support communities, guys. I support the broader crypto community. I hope everybody's bets pay off, even if I don't own the thing, you know. And same with Ton. I missed out on Ton, and I missed out on some Jasmy, and we're not gonna catch them all, folks. But you know, we gotta keep our head on straight. So again, the question in the chat is: do you have cash on the sidelines to buy a dip? Are we gonna get a big crash around this Bitcoin halving? It's possible. It's possible. But I couldn't possibly tell you exactly what's coming up next. I can tell you that memes are still hot, Solana's still hot, gaming's hot, and AI's hot according to CoinMarketCap. I do think at some point these categories are going to shift around. Maybe these are the winning narratives. Maybe there's going to be some narratives that win more. I've seen runes going crazy lately. I bought some runes, guys, pre-runes actually, to chase some airdrops. I'll talk to you guys about that in a little bit. But you got to be ready for anything in crypto. Okay, let's get into some of the stories for the day. I'm going to go ahead and pause the tunes so we can get down to business, okay? First up, BlackRock is getting close to having the same amount of Bitcoin as Grayscale. I think at the beginning of this thing, Grayscale had like 600,000 Bitcoin, which is insane. They sold off a lot of Bitcoin. But right now, BlackRock is only 50,000 Bitcoin away from catching up to Grayscale. Two parts to that. One, the buying volume on for the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF is huge. Everybody wants in. We've seen Morgan Stanley and other participants start joining the BlackRock movement. We see ETFs launching in China. Clearly, these ETFs are successful, but Grayscale's been selling off. So Grayscale was selling off. Well, BlackRock was buying. It was inevitable that eventually BlackRock was going to be the top dog in Bitcoin holders anyway, which is a good thing to pump your bags, but it's also a bad thing because then they can start manipulating the market more. So this is why now more so than ever before, if you had bought in the bear market, you would have been better off than if you're buying now, but we still have some bull market ahead of us, even if we get a sell-off around this halving. But do you really think that BlackRock is going to stop buying? You think they're not going to buy 50,000 more Bitcoin? You don't think that they're going to get ahead of Grayscale and then some and probably flip every other holder of Bitcoin in the history of the world? They're going to do it. They're the largest asset manager in the world. It's coming, guys. It's inevitable. I could be wrong. It's not financial advice, but these institutions are FOMOing in. And what's very good news as well is it looks like they're starting to advertise as well. Just in by Watcher Guru this morning, tweeted this out. iShares is now getting advertised on Bloomberg. This is super great to see. Another reason I'm bullish on Crypto.com's Crocoin. Advertisements are Crypto.com everywhere. Brand names are important. People need to know about something in order to buy it. And so BlackRock is aware of that. They're investing in advertising. And great news as well, Grayscale's CEO is now saying that he thinks that the Bitcoin ETF outflows are reaching equilibrium, which means maybe Grayscale could potentially stop selling off here at some point. Maybe that ain't a fact. Rule number one, never trust a CEO. Okay, just don't do it. Just don't trust a CEO, guys. But no, it's good to have everybody in the chat. Trey Baby, GVC, Oscar Ramos, Tom Joe Plays, Waldo. Welcome, everybody. So look, there's some really bullish things going on. Well, let's talk about some of the bearish things that maybe you need to be afraid of. First up, you could say this is bullish. You could say it's bearish. We've had, 7 green months in a row for Bitcoin. We're probably due for a red month. That would support the case of a possible crash. Having you in a position where if you got money on the sidelines, you're in good shape, you're ready to buy the dip. Now, if you still got exposure to crypto and the dip doesn't come, well, good thing you still have exposure, okay? So eventually there are dips, there's ebbs and flows. Look here how many red months there are in the history of crypto. Eventually you get a red month, guys. Did we get a nice 100% gain month for Bitcoin before that? I don't know. The Bitcoin halving is a bullish event, but typically we do see a sell-off right around the Bitcoin halving, folks. That's just kind of the history of this thing after all. If you look at these charts over here, we'll take you over here real quick. We'll look at some of this. And to start, we'll go to the Bitcoin rainbow chart because this is a classic. And what you, no. What I wanted to see was the, it doesn't have the halvings in here. But what you do see is if you inserted the halvings in here, I think this was a halving. There's a dip at the halving. Here was, again, like another dip at the halving, I believe. And here we are. We could get another dip at the halving, but it doesn't have to happen. I do think that this last bull cycle was a muted bull cycle because of the pandemic, and I think we're probably going to get back up to these orange, possibly even red bands because of the institutions buying into this thing. So you just got to be ready for anything. But let's look at what the liquidation heat maps are telling us today, because we want to keep an eye on this. Because obviously, we'd love to get a short squeeze. We'd love to see all of a sudden this thing just short squeeze up to the moon. That'd be a beautiful thing. And guess what, guys? Charts are looking pretty ripe for that right now. Let me go ahead and I'm going to zoom out a little bit for you guys. We'll go out to the monthly time frames on this thing. Look at how many liquidations are sitting at 72K still. And we're getting closer, guys. Today is Thursday. We got Friday, and then we got, a weekend where things might cool off. We do get a lot of activity on the weeks now because of these institutions that are buying and the market's closed. It's not like they're buying Bitcoin like you and me from an exchange. They're just buying it over the counter, OTC, and then they're providing that to their clients that are getting exposure to their ETFs. But if we get up to the 72K region, guys, we could have that short squeeze. We've been waiting for it. It's not here yet. But do know that as we were talking about the possibility, and going back to Bitcoin over here, of this wedge playing out, guys, if it does break down to the downside, the target is 56K. Let's see how that corresponds here with some of this. So I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to go to the 3-month time frame. And we'll zoom out a little bit more. And yes, look at all that. So even lower potentially with the liquidations, there's definitely targets, guys. Somewhere around maybe $50,000 even. Definitely some stops here at 58K. Nothing crazy, not a lot of bright green here. So can we come down to these levels? This is, I think there's a lot of people that open up some longs over here that are in the profit. There might be a stop loss hunt there. We'll see how it plays out, guys. I don't have the answers for you. If you're looking for me to tell you which way it's going to go, well, I could not possibly do that. I will tell you one bearish catalyst, though, that does get me a little bit spooked. A little bit spooked for the short term. Still a bull in a long term, guys. Definitely a bull, crypto bull, accumulating again into the fall, continuing to accumulate because I believe in these 4-year cycles. I believe the Bitcoin bull market is still on, right? The Bitcoin halvings here in 9 days, very bullish. But yesterday we saw that inflation came in a little bit higher than we would have liked to see. And the problem with that, guys, is that can cause reason for concern for Federal Chair Jerome Powell, who is the man responsible for the interest rate hikes here. He's been he did some rate hikes. Now we're here. We've done a lot of rate pauses. What we've been looking for is a pivot. Now, what I want to share with you guys is the next, excuse me, the next FOMC meeting is May 1st. So that is coming in now about 20 days or so. And the probability right now is 97% in favor of a Fed rate pause again. And what people were expecting is in June, and we just looked at this data the other day. In June, they were expecting the Fed to pivot and start reducing the interest rates. Well, we looked at it was about a 50-50 last time we looked at this. And guess what? With this new interest rate hike, look at this, guys. Now, breaking news, 75% chance, according to the CME Fed Watch tool, that the Fed is not going to pivot in June. There's only 23% of people, whoever's voting on this, saying that they think that they're going to pivot starting in June. That was the original intention. That's what it was looking like. Everybody's been talking about June, but now the odds have decreased of that. And even if you look into July, majority of people still are in favor of, just slightly, it's 50-50 still, of the pivot now getting pushed back. So now the pivot got pushed back to July. If the data keeps coming out and inflation's not getting any better, the data could keep getting pushed back. And then all of a sudden, those rate hikes that we're expecting might not come along, and that might not be so good. If the rate hikes do come, that's a very bullish catalyst for the broader market. You know, if this keeps happening, maybe we do get a cool off in the summer after the halving. Maybe we do. So cash on the sidelines isn't a bad thing. I do have a bonus here. I've told you guys so many times, coming from my personal paycheck from my company. I have a day job. In April, I'm still going to buy this dip. If there is a dip, especially, I'm going to buy it. So I'll keep you guys posted with that. But just be aware of that, because that is something that you need to be aware of. Now, today, Uniswap, why is it a big loser today? Well, Uniswap nosedived on a Wells notice. The story here, guys, is very simple. SEC is attacking DeFi now. SEC moves to sue Uniswap in a bid to hobble fast-growing DeFi sector. Guys, I've seen a lot of people saying that this could kill DeFi and all this, and I think that's a bunch of FUD. I don't think you can kill DeFi. I think they can try to kill DeFi. I think they're succeeding in crashing the price of Uniswap right now. But I look at Uniswap as a buying opportunity. Even though the Ethereum network is very expensive, transactions are still going through, right? It's the biggest thing next to Bitcoin. There's still a possibility of an Ethereum ETF coming down the pipeline. If the Ethereum ETF gets approved, Uniswap is going to rip. Gary Gensler has been a failure. His lawsuits have been unsuccessful. He's not winning against crypto firms, and there's no reason to assume that he's going to win here. The XRP lawsuit's still going on. The Coinbase lawsuit's still going on. They've actually lost in battling Coinbase's DeFi, and so what you see is Coinbase winning the DeFi battle. I think Uniswap wins the DeFi battle as well. Uniswap is listed on Coinbase, right? So this is a bunch of FUD, and if anything, it's a great gift to you to buy the dip on not just Uniswap, but any of the tokens that you might know and love. So looking at that, very interesting. And don't forget, guys, there's $94 billion locked up in the DeFi market. And for Gary Gensler to come in, is he trying to kill a $94 billion market cap of crypto DeFi overall? Yes, he's trying to. Is he going to succeed? No, he knows he's not going to succeed, but he has to do what he can because politics. And you know what, Fed Chair Jerome Powell? He may be more political than you might expect to believe. And so what he might do is just start pivoting anyway, because there's a presidential election coming, and he might want one candidate to get elected more than the other, and that's all I'll say on that. So we'll have to see how it plays out there. Keep an eye on it. As for CAW, we'll give you a quick update. CAW is still struggling, but still in this zone. And I've seen a lot of FUD on this. You know, a lot of people are loving the CROB. Shout out to anybody holding CROB. You're making good money today. It got listed on crypto.com. Absolutely beautiful. This thing's ripping up 31%. And I celebrate that win. I don't own any CROB, but that's okay. It was propped up by VVS Finance. It got listed on crypto.com. Of course, it's going to have a move. And of course, people are making money on this today. Remember, guys, take profits on the way up. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose. And whether you're buying CROB, CAW, Mary, any of these other things out here, guys, I support the Cronos ecosystem. There will be winners. There will be losers. Do your own research and don't FUD other people's bags. Don't do it. It's not good for the ecosystem. It's not good for any ecosystem. Successful ecosystems like Stacks right now, which is absolutely roaring. You know, if you look at what's going on in Stacks, and yes, there's memes, and yes, there's legitimate plays, guys. Right now, these tokens are way down. But let's say for Welsh. Welsh is the first dog meme token built on Bitcoin. This thing's way down. It gets a lot of FUD. I don't know why. This one gets a lot of FUD. But other than that, there has, before kind of these dips right now, they have been supporting each other pretty well. I've seen a lot of these other tokens say, hey, you know, we're all team stacks. You know, Pepe Coin's been doing a good job of that. Gus has been supporting other tokens within the ecosystem. Some others, Leo, obviously. Leo, the team behind Leo, did Stacks Tools, and so that's a little bit more legitimate of a meme token. They've been supporting by listing any of the other meme tokens. There have been some, you know, rugs. There's always rugs when it comes to memes, but these are all supporting each other. A good ecosystem supports other projects within the ecosystem. And, you know, you just don't FUD other people's bags. It's just not healthy. It's like Ethereum maxis versus Solana maxis, and Solana maxis versus any other chain maxis, and Bitcoin maxis versus other DeFi maxis. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. If you're a maxi, you should probably check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay, guys? Okay, so that's all I got in terms of news for the day. How's everybody doing out there? How is everybody doing out there? I'm looking at the chat and seeing what's going on. Do you have cash on the sidelines to buy a dip? 60% of you guys say yes, which is beautiful, and 40% of you guys are saying no. That's okay. That's okay. What else is going on, guys? Let me zoom in on Bitcoin a little bit here and see what we got for immediate price action on the BTC for the day. Yeah, we're just floating in this trend line, guys, and I do believe at some point in this red circle, we're going to have some kind of breakout. Upside or downside? You tell me. I'm not quite sure. The six side Joker says Crab Mob, the new call. I don't know. We'll see. A lot of great plays out there. Which one's your favorite? You let me know in the comments down below. Again, not here to FUD other people's bags, guys, even if I don't own them. And you should do the same. You should do the same. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put back on the tunes. We can do a little hangout here and do a little Q&A. How's everybody feeling? I'm going to go ahead and end the poll, and I'm going to do a new poll. You have cash on the sidelines to buy a dip. 60% of you guys say yes. That's a beautiful thing. Let's see this. Let's see this. I'm going to do another poll. And I'm going to ask the question, are you scared of the SEC attack on DeFi? Let me know what you think on that. Okay, guys. Okay, shout out to Scossum, buying the dips and riding it out. I love it. I love it. What's my take on Wen? I've seen a lot of hype on Wen. I don't know too much about it, but it's certainly gained some traction. So if you hold some, I wish you the best. I missed your other comment. That Black Sea, though, really good AI. He is good AI. Yeah, you know, Elon Musk helped me develop a Black Sea AI tool. So, you know, I got a personal relationship with Elon Musk. He helped build the AI bot that is Black Sea. So that was good. That was good. Let's see what else is going on, guys. Yeah, I did a little run today. I'm holding. My altcoins are bleeding. If you guys are wondering how my portfolio is doing, from my highs, I'm down right now probably about 40% from the highs, but I've been in this market since 2016, and I got a lot of altcoins, a lot of risky altcoins right now. With more risk comes more reward, or you get wrecked. But I've played this game before. There's highs, there's peaks, there's valleys, but a bull market's a bull market. And you got to remember this, guys. If you're fearful of whatever you're holding right now, as long as you're not holding some rug pull, which can happen, be careful. You got to remember, guys, this crypto market, not only has Bitcoin always achieved new all-time highs, but the overall crypto market cap has always achieved new all-time highs as well. And if you think this time is going to be any different, then I personally believe that you're extremely mistaken. I think, and we've been talking about this, we could reach a $10 trillion market cap. I even have a line drawn for a $20 trillion market cap. I don't think we get there in this bull cycle. Maybe in between there, though. That would be logical. Market cap of gold is about 12 or 14 trillion. Some people say Bitcoin's more valuable than gold. I agree. One day, Bitcoin's going to flip gold. And so Bitcoin's 50% of the market. That brings altcoins up. And what you got to remember is when all of a sudden this thing does break out and we see this thing break through, which, by the way, there's probably going to be some tests, we will see a new high. We will see a new high. And what does that mean? That means that your altcoins, whether you're buying HBAR or whether you're buying Solana or whether you're buying Crow right now, which is, ooh, does it want to break out? Does it want to break out? It's in a nice little wedge here. I think we're going to get the breakout here somewhere around the Bitcoin halving. Again, it's going to move with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin crashes, Crow will crash. Solana will crash. Stacks will crash. If Bitcoin pumps, everything else will pump probably. Maybe Bitcoin does a show-stopping move and leads the pack. Bitcoin dominance rips and roars to the upside. I know Black C's been talking a lot about that. But inevitably, a massive altcoin rally is imminent. It will come. Anth Crow says, I honestly don't think this dip will come in the halving. I'm kind of with you, Anth. I agree. If it does, so be it. And I agree with that as well. Marty says, SEC attacks these like Trump lawsuits. Nothing more than games. That's an interesting analogy. No comment there. Not to say I agree or disagree with you, but I say no comment because I do not want to start getting political on this channel. Not too political. Yeah, Marty. But I love you, Marty. I love you. We got 44 viewers, 15 likes. If you do like this content, go ahead and smash the like button for me. If you want to trade these volatilities and you think yourself a trading expert, and let's see you bought here and you're looking at this and you're saying, I think we're going to reject off the $72,500 level, even though we might get a short squeeze there. Say you want to take a bet there. Well, if you want to take a bet and you don't know where to do it, well, if you want to make some leverage trades, guys, Femex is one of my favorite leverage trading platforms. It's one that Black C uses a lot. I personally don't leverage trade, but if you do want to leverage trade and try it out, you can do so using our link, our referral link down below for Femex. When you deposit money, you get up to a $4,100 sign-up bonus. But please be careful with leverage, friends. Because one thing's for sure, you don't want to get liquidated and then Bitcoin goes to the moon and you're sitting on the sidelines because you lost all your money gambling, okay? Rax299, shout out to you. What's up with you, brother? I'm doing all right. I did a little run today, just sitting patiently. Got a dip in the altcoin portfolio, but that's no problem. That's crypto, baby. That's crypto. Oh, yeah. I forgot what else I was going to share with you guys today. So I bought some runes. Let's talk a little bit about what the heck I'm talking about. What the heck are runes? Well, if you might have known, at one point, the BRC20 tokens were very popular. So today, actually, or last night, I changed my Twitter profile here. Yes, I did pull down my Loaded Lion. Loaded Lion NFTs aren't really performing that well. I sold all my Loaded Lion main city land tiles. Not all of them. I still got some dunes, which I'm going to do some giveaways on those dunes here. I'm just going to give them away to the community because I love the Crow fam, and I just want to give back to you guys. And it's, not a ton of money. I'm just going to give it to you guys because I want to do that. So smash the like button if you want some more giveaways. I think I'll do those through Twitter. So follow me on Twitter at CryptoKipTweets. But I changed my banner here to, show the crypto report and show some of my favorite coins, personally. And there's an Ethereum under here, but it's under this little logo. Maybe I have to change the banner. But I've been talking about runes. So here's a couple. I got some of these Node Apes, and I don't know, and I'm not telling you to buy them. I have no idea. This could be an absolute flop, failure, bandwagon effect. I have no idea. But there's a reason I bought these in particular. And the reason is because there's going to be airdrops. They've basically talked about the fact they're going to be airdrops within here. So be aware of that. If you hold some of these pre-runes, you're going to actually get some airdrops. So what are pre-runes? Well, if you guys are familiar with it, I'm going to go over here real quick and we'll go over to Alex Labs because I want to talk about this. Alex Labs is one of the most popular DeFi apps when it comes to Bitcoin trading. Now there's a new one called Velar, and BRC20 tokens were the big craze. If you know about the Ordi token, that thing went to the moon. Sats 1000 went to the moon, right? These are meme tokens within Bitcoin on the BRC20 token standard for Bitcoin. The beginning of Bitcoin DeFi, and there are a lot of different BRC20 tokens that you can buy, and here's a ton of them on Alex Labs, and so this was a big narrative. Well, some people have an issue with the way that these are created and the way that they live on the blockchain, essentially, and so now there is a brand new token standard called Runes, and it is actually supposedly a little bit better than BRC20 tokens. Is that a fact? Is that just hype? TBD. Based on my research, it looks like a legitimate thing. I think that they are going to be big. Not saying BRC20 tokens are dead, but runes are the next hot thing. I FOMO'd in to some of these things. Not really, actually, because I bought these Node Apes quite low, and we'll look at the charts here in a second. I also bought some other projects as well. So I bought some rune stones, which have been just going crazy. These things have been wild, started up by this Leonidas guy. And the deal is there are going to be some airdrops coming. And so he's been posting a lot about this. Why did I buy a rune? and I'll show you what a rune is, but they're going to launch 3 meme tokens as well, and there's going to be free airdrops for any of the holders of these runes. Popular influencers, even like Crypto Wendy O, actually has a couple runes, and so BRC20 tokens, not everybody in the space got into that. Stacks tokens, not every influencer got into that, but I do see some people, some big names getting into runes, and so I think they're going to get hyped up a lot. I think there's going to be some big moves on that. Maybe you're late to the party, maybe you're early. TBD. TBD. I spent, and these are kind of cool. Actually kind of, oh, there's a real rune stone. Very interesting. But these things are really hot, and so there are going to be airdrops. These were airdropped initially, and they were airdropped to anybody that was an original ordinals buyer, I think. And so some people are making a bunch of money. Actually put out a post the other day that was like, the OGs that got airdrops, they have enough, some of them have enough to buy. Here you go. Everyone who's airdropped 10 runestones last month could now sell them in order to order a Cybertruck. So there's big money being made right now. This is kind of crazy. This is kind of a crazy thing, guys. But let's look at exactly, you know, where you see these things. And guys, please, please, please. I know I FOMO'd into these things a little bit. But again, I took profit out of some other coins to get exposure to this because I didn't want to be on zero. Here is where I got mine on Magic Eden. I used my Bitcoin wallet, my Xverse wallet, to get some of these. I can do it all mobily from my iPhone, which is cool. So last night I was on the couch with my wife and we were picking, well, which ones do we want? So I have a runestone. I just have one runestone. You know, I was talking about getting a Node Monkey, but they're just too expensive for me to afford right now. Other projects that I wanted to, that I got is, let's see here. So yes, I got some of the, oh, I want to go to this. So if you look here, runes, collections. Now on the iPhone, this is interesting. On the iPhone, it's actually set up a little bit better because you can look at pre-runes, okay? And these pre-runes are essentially this. To my knowledge, runes haven't been launched yet. These are, again, tokens that are coming to Bitcoin on the Bitcoin halving. And so there's a lot of hype because on the Bitcoin halving, if you hold a runestone, when the meme tokens are created and the rune tokens come out, you'll get airdrops. And there's a lot of other ones out here that you get airdrops. I think these rune pups, you're going to get airdrops. Rune nodes, you're probably going to get some airdrops. These Bitcoin puppets are certainly popular as well. I ended up buying just because I could afford them and just because I kind of like the look, and just took a chance and did some research, looked for some hype on Twitter. I actually ended up getting the Bitcoin apes. I got runestone. I also bought a Bitcoin igloo or whatever, a rune igloo. So I got a couple of these things. Oh, and I also bought like one of these like purple punks as well, which I can't find. I don't know why I can't find it properly within. Oh, here we go. I found it. Okay, so pre-runes. So if you go to the Bitcoin tab, you go to pre-runes. These are all the pre-runes. So not all of these things. Some of these are just jumping on the bandwagon hype. Some of these are going to go to zero. Let's be real here, guys. Some of them will. Top ones more likely to not go to zero. Hopefully, we'll see. But runestones are number 1. Rune pups are number 2. Tiny Vikings are certainly popular right now. But the ones that I ended up getting in is these Node apes, which are right now number 18. There's 940 left out on the open market, and 9,000 are owned by people. What else? I was looking at these little igloos, which are going to get more airdrops as well. And they're just, I don't even know what's going to happen with these. It's all a mystery. This is the NFT world, right? You're waiting for airdrops. You're waiting for mints. We'll see how it all plays out, guys. But runes, what are they? They are the next BRC20 tokens, essentially. Going to be popular, probably. Maybe there's going to be a sell the news event after the halving. Who knows? Please be careful, guys. Do your own research. I'm not telling you to buy these things. I'm just telling you that I did buy some. And so if you're like, what is up with this guy's Twitter? Well, guys, I changed it because I wanted to advertise the channel and I wanted to talk about my little rune today. And I think I'm going to keep it here. Still sporting a little crow with knife because I got a big bag of crow with knife. But look, I support communities, guys. I support the Cronos chain. I support the Stacks chain. I support the Solana chain. I support, honestly, crypto overall. And so I root for everybody's ecosystems to win. I root for everybody's tokens to go up. But inevitably, there will be winners. There will be losers. So please continue to do your own research and be careful, guys. Chris Gomez, shout out to you, brother. How you doing? I'm doing all right. Crypto Runner, good to see you. Shout out to you as well. Stacks is down a little bit. Great buying the dip opportunity. Hopefully my paycheck comes sooner than later so I can buy this dip. I'm going to buy some stacks. I'm going to ape into stacks big time. So I'm ready for it. Anyway, guys, that's all I got in this stream. I appreciate all you tuning in. Thanks for watching the crypto report today. More videos coming out for you guys later on as well, because that's what we do here. If you want to become a member on the channel, you can do so down in the link below. If you want to trade on Femex using our referral link, check that out as well down below. As always, don't forget to DCA, HODL, and of course, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. More videos always later today. Peace out, y'all.